This is Seth Chitwood, the director of The Dreamer, and this is the Dreamer Official Podcast, Episode 3. And we have special guest star here, Ramona Raby.
Hi, Seth.
She plays the German girl ghost.
Yeah, I'm the German ghost.
Episode 2. You saw Episode 2, right?
Yeah, I did.
Did you like it?
I did like it. It was pretty good.
Good.
I like the way you edited.
Yeah, well, thank you. You were very red in the episode.
Oh, yeah, I know, but I think
Angry,
that was
mad.
part of the work.
Yes. Well, Ramona is coming back for a few other episodes. She plays a ghost, obviously.
We don't want to say too much.
Yes, give anything away. But if you notice that she spoke German in the scene, that's because she is a German exchange student.
I am.
From Germany. Whereabouts in Germany?
Cologne. That's a bigger city in the southwest. My mom is from Thailand. My dad is from Germany. I used to live in Germany. Now I live in Barrington.
Mm-hmm. And when are you going back?
In June this year.
Oh, that's so sad.
I know, right?
But do you think you'll ever have a chance to come back to America?
Oh, definitely. I really want to.
That's good. But do you miss everyone at home and everything?
Well, yes. But on the other side, I'm also kind of sad thinking of leaving America again. It's like you're split into two different personalities.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's sad. So I know that you definitely, or our viewers definitely want you to have you talk a little bit in German.
Oh, okay, das kann ich gerne machen. Falls ihr Deutsch schön findet, ich finde, es ist eine sehr interessante Sprache und ich mag sie.
And what did you just say?
I said I can totally speak in German to you if you want me to. I think it's a very interesting language and I like it.
I think it's a very interesting language. So do you think learning German is harder than learning English, or?
Well, I speak 4 languages.
Ooh.
And of all those 4 languages, I would say German is the hardest one. Although I speak it best because it's my native language.
Yeah.
But it's it's a pretty tough language.
Do they teach English in school in Germany?
Oh yeah, it's mandatory.
Oh, okay. And wow, you're obviously fluent in it.
Thank you.
So what are the other 2 languages you speak?
I speak French and Spanish, English. And
fluently French and German? French and Spanish?
Well, no, I wouldn't say that. My French is pretty good, and my Spanish is good in writing, but I have to practice speaking.
Well, wow, she is amazing.
Thank you, Seth.
So is other than your scene, did you have any favorite scenes that you've seen in the first 2 episodes that you like?
Well, I always like it when ghosts appear. It looks pretty cool, and I'm really into scary movies, so I enjoy it. And I loved the scene with the butler, who's performed by Will Vallis.
Yes.
Was a really great performance.
Yes. If you don't know, Will is probably your best friend, right?
Yeah.
They're always together. Always see you on Facebook, in a lot of pictures and stuff.
I think it's good if, among the crew, you have good relationships with the other actors.
Yeah.
Makes it look better on screen.
Mm-hmm. I don't think you guys do a scene together in the movie, sadly. Maybe we'll try and get you to do something. Maybe there'll be some sort of connection.
Maybe.
Yes, but I don't want to get into it because she is such a great character, and we're not going to see her for a few episodes, but around episode 7 or 8 she comes back. And
I'll come back.
Yes, and does some cool stuff. Anyway, so we asked you last podcast to submit questions for us to answer on the podcast. And before I start, I have to tell you this. We're changing on the podcast. You see one of our photos taken by Allie Drapos. She took that photo. We changed it because Kelly Brown, who guest starred in episode 2 as Myra, is also did a poster for us. So we wanted to change it for this episode. So take a look, and I hope you enjoy it. And the question was submitted by an unknown author. I don't know why, or people keep not wanting to say their names.
Embarrassing question.
But the question was, how do you make the blood? And we use the blood a lot in the episodes we used in episode 1. I don't know if we used it in episode 2. Did we?
I don't think so, no.
But we do use it a lot. I think we're going to use it in the upcoming episode.
I was red enough.
Yes, she was red without the blood. But we do use a lot of blood. And the blood is corn syrup, chocolate, Hershey syrup, and red food coloring mixed together, maybe with a little bit of water. And our one of our people who do the blood a lot is Melanie Chitwood. She mixes all the blood, she puts it in the fridge, and we use it.
Yummy.
And after episode 6 or 7, when we get into the crime scenes, there's a lot of blood. But this next upcoming episode, which is Wednesday, March 11th at 9 o'clock.
Check it out.
Yes, is going to have, I think, a little bit, there's a teeny bit of blood in it, because it does get a little violent. We see what happens to Morgan Schiff, who plays Evan in the movie. We see what happens to him after the second episode ended with his neck getting yes.
Yep.
I can't
Great sound effects.
I can't make that
must
sound.
say.
Yeah. A lot of people were like, we were throwing up. Anyway, the next question was sent by a Philip R. He asked, what was the hardest scene to film? What was the hardest scene to film? In episode 2, I think Ramona's was pretty hard to film.
Oh yeah, because of the German.
Yeah, and yeah, we just did the subtitles that we're gonna put on YouTube in a special scene, so you should check it out. But also, like, we did so many different angles and different shots and stuff, and the lighting was hard, and it was so dark in that room. It was just dark with a red light that I couldn't even see what I was doing, and that.
It was very much improvised.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, improvised.
I think it looks pretty natural.
Yeah, it does. I really like it. And other hard scenes. There's a hard scene we had to film, but hasn't come up yet. So
I remember a hard scene.
Well,
it hasn't come up yet either. But what I can say so far, I was not wearing a lot, and it was outside, and it was freezing.
Yeah, there's a scene. I don't want to get too much into it, but it was very cold where they were.
You'll see me again. I will not wear much.
And 10 degrees out. And
yes.
There's another scene where someone gets pushed down a flight of stairs. And I don't want to get too much into that, but that was a hard scene to film because we didn't know how to, because like it's just like three tech people and the actor's like trusting us to catch them as they fall down the stairs to make it look real. So it was weird, and also we wanted to make the whole like bird's eye view or kind of like in the person's eyes as they fell down the stairs, and that was kind of weird.
Yeah. So Philip R., if you're listening in and you want to know what the hardest scene was, just keep watching.
Yes, and you will see them because this movie is very hard. And this final question was sent in by an unknown author and said, you have filmed since June of 2008. Any challenges you face with actors or weather cause you have filmed so long? Well, we got into a problem because we filmed in the summer, and then after episode 6 we take a 6-month jump to the winter, which was easy because we were filming in the winter and that was good. But we wanted to film some scenes last week we wanted to film a scene outside, but it was snowing. So I found a spot that didn't look like it had snow on it and filmed, but it was just ridiculously hard because you can't film summer when it's still snowing in March. So that was hard. And actually we've had a lot of people who had signed on in the beginning, but because it's been so long, they don't want to really participate in the film anymore. So we've had to bring on new actors or kill them off or do other stuff like that. So yeah, and we actually have 3 new people joining the cast: E.B. Chafee, Erica Chase Davis, and Rachel Patterson. They're coming in episode 5.
Rachel is amazing.
Yes, Rachel is great, and she plays a lesbian.
A very hot lesbian.
Yes. Did you see any of the scenes that we filmed?
Well, I was there when we shot one scene, the one where it was icy cold.
Oh.
Yeah, but it gets hot.
But yeah, so you'll see that scene, and she has a lot of scenes coming up. Episode 5. But episode 3, like I said, once again, is coming out Wednesday, March 11th at 9 o'clock on YouTube.com. Our channel is www.youtube.com/thedreamer1425. And go to our blog, which is www.thedreamerthemovie.blogspot.com. Have you ever gone to our blog?
Not yet, but I will definitely check it out.
It has all the news about the movie, and we update every 4 or 5 days, announcing new things, who's joining the cast, who's leaving the cast, what to look for, dates, and also you can go there and find the email to send your questions to, because we would love more questions. Keep sending them to them, and we can answer it on our next podcast. Anyway, that's about it. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for inviting me, Seth.
Do you want to say goodbye in German?
I do want to say goodbye in German. Auf Wiedersehen und danke fürs Zuhören, which means goodbye and thank you for listening in.
Auf Wiedersehen. Yes. Anyway, thank you so much. This is Seth Chode from The Dreamer Podcast. We'll see you next week. And we hope you watch The Dreamer on YouTube.com this Wednesday. From everyone on The Dreamer staff, goodbye.